Hi peeps, welcome to my show. I'm Renato, we're gonna test some beer. Welcome to my show that nobody watches. Welcome to another beer tasting that no one watches. And what beer do we have today? We have Grimbergen Tripel. Grimbergen. And again, I opened it just before the video. It's too beetle. Oh, another one that if you watch my other two videos, the smell of beer, of these type of beers, it's 8.5 percentage. I expected it to be oh, it's a triple. Of course it's not dark, it's light. 8.5 triple by Grimbergen. I like Grimbergen, especially the double. I'm not too sure about the triple. Let's see how that smells okay, sorta. Oh, man, heavy on the coriander. Man, I can't read that. So, man, I'm watching Netherlands versus Brazil 2010 World Cup. We're going to win 2-1, but it's the full match, so we're not going to watch all of it. It's just a start. We're just going to do the beer taste. Okay, let's see. What does it say? Grimbergen Tripel is een amberblond abdijbier met een bitterzoete, pittige, uiterst volronde smaak en een warme afdronk. De typisch pittige trippel smaak ontstaat door de subtiele mengeling van zachte en bittere hopsoorten. So it's really hoppy. So it's quite bitter. So Grimbergen Tripel is a amber blonde abbey beer with a bittersweet, spicy, a well-rounded flavor and a warm, what's afdronk? Aftertaste? Oh, yeah. The typical spicy triple flavor. Come on, Bernard. I gotta do the full sentence. You can't do word for word translation. That blows. Oh, the typical spicy triple flavor is created by the subtle mixing of soft and bitter hops. 8.5 contains water, barley malt, glucose syrup, hop extract and hop. That's about it. So again, a hoppy beer with a bit of glucose syrup, and I'm glad it's not corn syrup. That would suck. I bet it tastes great with some fried food, I guess. Yeah, fried food. Like bitterballen and croquette and frikandel and kaassoufflé and I think they're gonna score. No, it's 15 minutes. They're gonna score. No, pass. Kaka. Row. Okay. Grimbergen Tripel. Apparently it's what? Enschede? That's Grimbergen. No, it must be in Grimbergen, Nederland. Huh? Too lazy to look it up. It's fairly hoppy. Now, how does it taste? It doesn't really drink easy. It's quite, I wouldn't say accurate, but it lingers. It's very hoppy. So it gives that, I guess, summer vibe. But it's winter now. Yeah, I need some food with that. Okay, peeps, that was it. This was the Grimbergen Tripel. How is that offside? How is that offside? Robinho scores and he's like, how was I offside? He wasn't offside. So who was offside? So the assist giver is in offside position, which is Postos. Okay, interesting case. So the assist giver is in an offside position, gives the assist to Robinho, who scores, but he gives the assist in a forward pass. Now, according to my rules, if you're in an offside position and you're the assist giver, you can't give a forward pass. You have to give a backward pass. If you don't do that, you're going to be called offside. Is that logical? Let me think about that. But basically, if you're the assist giver and you're in offside position, who gives a crap? Doesn't really matter. Only the goal scorer can be deemed offside. But nobody gets that. Anyway, so in this particular case, he plays the ball forward, which makes the defense play absolute impossible. You have to play the ball backwards or cut backwards, wait, but not. Offside is quite, it's very intricate, but it's quite simple. According to my rule, it's quite simple. So this should be a goal. Simple as that. Yes, but the the assist giver wasn't in the offside position. Yeah, so the goal scorer wasn't. There he is, Robinho. He had a warning already and he scores. Straight through the heart. Woo, FIFA rules. So, I guess Brazil scores from a central pass. Oh, come on, man. This is just too easy. This is way too easy. It's not even a Brazilian goal. It's just an amateur goal. Straight through the middle. to be fair, as I recall from this game, Brazil was they were better, but they weren't. We were on top of it, and for some reason Brazil couldn't handle it. It just couldn't handle the poise, and it's a thing Brazil needs to work on. Brazil can play the best football in the world, but when they are met with poise by the Germans or the Argentinians or even the Croatians, they buckle. And it's a Brazilian thing. I can fully understand. I mean, if you live in Brazil, I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine being tough, but you want that joy. We want that joy too. We're not. We have the same issue as the Dutch. We love our football. We love our fabulous football, and then we miss out on winning because we think we need to play good football. No, you need to win. When you're in a tournament, there's only one thing that counts: win the tournament. Even in German style, I'll take it. The Germans can do it. The French can do it. Even the Spanish can do it. The Italians were masters of it. Yeah. 8.5 in the afternoon. Now it starts to get like a real drink. So that's with triples. I like most triples, but from certain brands they're kind of sort of disappointing because I like the doubles way better. But some triples are amazing. I'd give this 7.5 because it does not annoy me. The other two annoy me. This one doesn't annoy me. It's not super great, but it fits with a summer dinner. Right, peeps? Still a long video that no one watches. Well, that was a review of the Grimbergen Tripel. A blonde, strong beer. Very hoppy, very bittersweet. So in that regard, and it's 8.5% alcohol. Well, we're lagging 1-0. We're trailing 1-0 to Brazil. We're gonna win 2-1. I think 2 goals by Slider. We're gonna reach the final, and then we're gonna lose to Spain in the final. I figured we're gonna lose 2-0. We lost 1-0. Actually, it wasn't 0-0. We had a chance just before the end of the game with Robin, which you should have scored, and for some reason every time when I think of that moment, it's just I get this reaction. It's just if there ever was a world of possibilities or a shift in reality, that was one of those moments. And he got saved. And so extra time, almost penalties, and then in the 117th minute, slight mistake by our defense. And Iniesta gets a shot in, and he shoots, and it's going into the far corner. It just had to be that Spain had to win that title, and it was so annoying because we were the better team. We didn't play a great final. We were very aggressive, because we knew we had to basically stamp out Spain, and we were successful, and we didn't win. We did everything right. No, we didn't. Why didn't we do anything? Why did we win? Because we played the other game. We played the aggressive game. We should have played our own game, because we were on fire that tournament. Spain was also on fire. But that's where we went wrong. We didn't play our game. So for a moment, minute number 1, I knew we weren't going to win the world title again. And then when that chance happened for Robin, it breaks my heart. It's one of those moments that breaks my heart. We should have won that final, and we didn't. And I think in my last beer review, I watched the Spain-Netherlands game, in which we trashed them. Too little, too late. That should have been. That's how I envisioned the final it to be, how it should have been. But I knew it was going to be the final that it was. That's a pretty good indicator of how people who can actually sort of see the future get depressed, because they know they can't do anything about it. You can do anything about it, everything about it, and it still goes that way, like in our case. That was so annoying. We could have tried our way. We tried the right way. We tried to contain Spain and just basically win the game. And we failed. And we reach quarterfinals, we reach semifinals, we reach finals, and we always lose in a particular way. Last time in the semifinals, Euros, against England, we should have won that game easily. We always beat the English easily. But I have to be honest. The Premier League has raised the professionalism of the English player. Because the English player before the big ban in Europe, so in between mid 80s and early 90s, they lacked the tactical ability of the Europeans. So they admire total football, they admire, technical football, but they couldn't play there. Now with all the European footballers and the football rules being adapted to having more foreign players on your team, because there were only 3 or 4 you can allow to, 3 you can play, you can have 4. The English still didn't go overseas, so they still lacked the European style. Now the Premier League is top notch. All the big stars, big players go to the Premier League, so they had to adapt the English players, because they noticed that European players, and maybe even also South American players, they have that technical ability. Now what the English have is pure homegrown, what's it called? Community-based sense of football. So it's of vital importance vital. It's of vital importance to any other football fan in the world. But the English they actually live it. I mean, I watch football. I don't go to the stadium. Not me. All that big crowd. Couldn't be bothered. The English just love football, and it translates to their play. Now, if you can play, but you can play with your heart. If you're not good enough, you're gonna lose, and that's what happens every time England plays. They played 2 finals. You should have won those finals. Why didn't you win those finals? European style. The Italians beat you, and then the Spanish beat you. Then why do you beat us in the semis? It's just pointless. So there's a lesson for every footballing nation in Europe. You need to learn how to win a tournament. As long as you don't do that, you cannot win a tournament. And so far, only the big countries know how to win tournaments. Spain, France, Germany, I suppose England. Well, no, not England. And Italy. And Brazil and Argentina. Those are basically the 6 nations that dominate world football. And there's nothing you can do about it. Not a zilch zip thing. So in order to bypass these countries, you have to be clinical, killer, deadly, ruthless. But you gotta combine that with your type of football. And every time you see that with France, with Brazil, with Argentina, with Germany, when it clicks, Italy, when it clicks, you can tell beforehand, they're gonna win. First game Italy plays in the Euros, I'm like, they're gonna win. Previous Euros. Well, this is a long video. I didn't expect that. I'm actually getting a bit. This is a nice drunk. So this video was about beer, but it's mostly about football, I guess, and the way to approach football. Now there's only one prize, there's only one World Cup, there's only one European Championship. Only one team can win it. It's once a 4 years, so don't sweat it if you don't win it. The big teams are gonna win it, so you have to. And there are like 6 strong nations, and then you got the rest, like Portugal, the Netherlands, then outside of like Croatia, the USA even. There are teams that are capable of beating, but the thing is, in tournaments you have to beat 3 big teams in a row, and then you don't falter when you play a lesser team that is ranked lower than you. To win a tournament is the hardest thing you could ever do. I actually saw a clip of Messi's penalty in the World Cup final, in which he kind of slips. He scores, but the ball touches his right foot. So that penalty should have been disallowed. But those type of things happen in football matches. No one noticed it, so it was a valid goal. Could have changed the whole match. he have a penalty in the final? Yeah, he did. So I've started watching football in 1982, which was the World Cup in Italy, where Germany played France. So before that, I wasn't really into football. But after that match, yeah, I got it. I got it. Oh man, Nigel de Jong is ruthless. That is a penalty. Well, no, just almost. So we're hanging in there. We're just Brazil is better, and they don't have the stars. They don't have the stars. They have Kaká. They have Robinho. So we got lucky. And that's what you need. You need luck as well. And when the opponent is better and you're 1-0 behind, we managed to win this game, but that's the Dutch mentality. We try and find a way to win. But we want to do it with fantastic football. It has to be with fantastic football. It has to be with clever ingenuity. And that's when we fail. When we really need to dredge out a result, like in a World Cup final, you don't need to play great. And we didn't. We did that grudge thing, and we still lost. And that was so frustrating. That is the part that's so frustrating. So we actually did the right thing. We should have played our style and maybe lost, but then you lose with grace. Now we did the grudge things to win, and we still lost. That's like losing a match with 1-0, which we did. That every match I've lost. I didn't play much football, but the ones that I did, and I lost 1-0, I told my team off. If we lose 3-4, 4-5-0, 3-5, 5-7, doesn't really matter. But if you lose 1-0, you're gonna get it. That's the worst result you can have in football. That's just the worst. So we did everything right in this World Cup. We played our game. We dominated our opponents. We didn't, and we did enough to win the games. So we're in the quarterfinals versus Brazil, which is a tough opponent. Let's face it. But Brazil didn't have superstars. They went with a team that was. They got Luis Fabiano, Kaká. They've got Daniel Alves. So it's all sturdy, basic. Juan. Silva, of course. There's always a Silva. Okay. Gilberto Silva. So they have the guys that can do the job, but they don't have the stars. I'm not sure why Neymar isn't. And there's something with Brazilian strikers. They are either out of this world or they are, dude, what are you doing? Type of strikers. You know what I mean? So they have the either absolute galactic stars, or they have strikers that we think are like, I mean, they probably do their job perfectly in the Brazilian league or in European leagues, but on national level, they lack. Boys, it's all too la-di-da. That's the real reason why Germany wins so many trophies, because they just... Germans are thorough. The Dutch are frivolous but efficient. The Brazilians are frivolous. I'm getting drunk. That's a good thing. So from one beer you do get a buzz. It's my favorite glass because of the foot. I suppose it's a trunk, an elephant trunk. Kaka. So our team is, our keeper is, Rubinho outplays everyone. Oh, he should have scored. And it's a great save by Stekelenburg. But they're enjoying their football. The whole first half, I mean, Brazil is just pounding us. There's just no escape. And we usually dominate matches, right? But not against Brazil. Brazil is just too good. We are used to play players from the Eredivisie. I watched the Premier League and then I switched to the Eredivisie. And I'm like, dude, move, walk, close him down. Don't stop walking. You gotta sprint. You gotta sprint 60 meters. Doesn't sprint 60 meters. And then a goal is scored. I'm like, yeah, well, if you sprint the 60 meters, you would have been able to prevent that. And it's just mind blowing how different levels in football. It's just mind blowing to watch.